Mad. Oh, mad. Okay.
Show it to the camera for us.
So this is here is my granddad. My granddad passed away when I was 12, but this is my mum's dad.
Okay.
My granddad is one of the most powerful men I've ever met in my life. The sad thing about it is he actually passed with dementia, and I didn't really get a chance to uncover his mind a lot later, but I've managed to fathom the type of human being he is by listening to people that were around him throughout their whole lives. I do need to shout out my grandfather though, because he is one of the first black business owners in the UK in terms of within the travel industry. So my mum now owns a travel agency, which is SN Travel on Stoneington High Road. And this is the founder, co-founder, shout out to the Solomons as well, co-founder of this business. But people tell me all the time that you remind me of your granddad because of that element of wanting to be interacting with people. And what I understand about my grandfather is, wow, this is quite emotional. What I understand about my grandfather is that he touched so many people by giving first. And all of the stuff that I just said to you about my charity foundation, bear in mind, I didn't even really, in what I would call the formative years of your brain, I didn't get a chance to speak to my granddad like that. But what I understood was that bringing people over from the Caribbean, making people pay later for flights, putting his own business in jeopardy at some points because of the importance of shipping and sending material back home, and bringing people here that wanted an opportunity to change their life out of the Caribbean. I feel him in me. I don't need to have seen you or have you physically here. I feel the legacy that you've left behind. I listen to the way people talk about you. I understand what you meant to our community. And if I can continue to live the legacy that you've done, to come here as a black man to England and have your own business. I tell people all the time, ownership is the most important thing you can have. No one wants, we were kings and queens before we were enslaved. Don't let anybody tell you any different. So ownership is the most important thing we can do. And we need to continue to understand that we, as a community, need to come together and provide ownership. We need to own what's ours. We need to continue to build our legacy. And the only way you can do that is by being bosses, by being leaders, by being kings. So that's what I turn around and say about this man right here, man. I thank him so much because indirectly he's installed something into my mum, who's then installed something into me. And he has to be one of the trailblazers for that, because I know where he started as a boy out in the country in Antigua and Freetown, who came to London and took it by storm. So I forever will be grateful, man.
Cool.
Who gave you this? Pagans. Whoever gave you this, Pagans. This is my first ever day at Sky Sport.
However, the result didn't quite go as they had planned, but as you can see, there's still a lot of energy and still a lot of enthusiasm as they go. It's clear now that a lot of the people...
I got mobbed by England fans and I went down to Brighton covering the World Cup, in fairness to me, which is a moment that I will never ever forget, but mobbed by England fans and went viral. In fact, shout out to the boy I'm Just Bay Ants as well, yeah? Went viral within, I would say, the 2-hour journey after the game. England versus Belgium was the game. The 2-hour journey after the game from Brighton back to London, I had about, and I'll never forget the number, 75 missed calls. And I had been retweeted on Soccer AM, I'm Just Bay, I think Made You Think, all these different social platforms. And before I had known it, I had over 1 million views. So it showed me how quick the internet is. But even though my boys still banter me and it still gets dropped in the group chat every now and again, it's become a gif, thanks to some of my friends. I will never forget this because
So that must be a memorable situation. It can't be. It
helped-
cannot be.
It helped
cannot not
shape
be. Sorry.
who I was as a person, but it also helped show off my personality because I went on there and I did a live report and I was standing there and I said, "Don't mess up your first day." But then being mobbed by England fans allowed me to really show who I am, which is just a person that enjoys life. Ha! Good morning, transfers. I'm not gonna tell you which boss, because he probably wouldn't want me to. I wasn't gonna apply for this show, and I realised only recently that this is one of the best things I ever did. I didn't want to apply for it because I didn't want to put myself in a situation where I was having to compromise who I am as a person in a personality-driven basis, or show, sorry. And the only agreement that my boss allowed me to make with him was that I could be myself, and he allowed me to be myself, and he understood that I'd come from that American broadcasting background of engagement, personality shining through, and he said that shows like this were made for you, and he has really installed that in me.
And I can see that. You look comfortable. When you're broadcasting, generally to me, you might have a different feelings going through, but to me, you look comfortable, and that's the most brilliant thing of watching it.
I think I felt it more. I don't really go out for my own personal reasons, and I might go for a meal with my boys, but I don't really go out because I don't really like to put myself in certain situations. But I went to Carnival this year, both Sunday and Monday, did Mass, and it was so humbling to me, the amount of people that stopped me and was just wanted to have a conversation, wanted to engage, and turn around and say, "Salute, my bro." And for me to be not just embraced by my community, but just to be embraced by young people around my age group to turn around and tell me, it was an element of I'm proud of you. And I'm so proud of where I come from. I'm so proud of being a London boy. I'm so proud that I was able to represent and do things the right way. And that's how I feel when I look at this. And shout out to this as well, because it's being renewed. Hey, blessings in my right hand. Hey, my people them. This is my two sisters. Yeah, this is my cousin.
Lift up a little.
This is my bloodline, Kaboo. Yeah. Kaboo is my brother through marriage, I say now, because Andrew, as I was making relevance to you earlier, is my god sister. So, but I don't call her my god sister, she's my sister. These are my two actual blood siblings that are my right and my left hand. These two know everything about me, and these two are the reason why I get up and go like every day, because they are so funny, so talented, so special. I'm upset I'm saying this on camera to them, but they are so unique but so different, and they both have their own ambitions. This one is going to be a director in terms of a dance and a creative director, and this one's going to have her own fashion label. And watch out for them, because I tell you now, they're way more powerful than I am, and I tell them every day. People look at me and be like, "Oh, you're so this and you're so that." These two are my backbone. This is probably the most positive person I've ever met in my life. Miss Pretty Mindset is what she calls herself on Insta for all those that want to follow. But Zora is amazing, amazing, amazing individual, just a beacon of joy. And what I love about her, you don't have many family members that, me and Zora might only see each other once a year. And every time we see each other, the energy has been the same from since we were kids, watching EastEnders upstairs in Auntie Bernadette's room, right through to the age we are now. And no matter what time, what place, we can always check in with each other, and it's always 100. But this brother right here is revolutionizing what it means to be a husband, and he's just elevated one of the best people that I've ever met in my life, Andrea Thomas, who is like a sister, and that's why I turned around and told him straight from the beginning, sorry, it's not Andrea Thomas, it's not Andrea Brand. Yeah,
sorry.
Andrea Brand.
Sorry, Miss Brand.
Sorry, Miss Brand.
Mrs. Brand. Ooh.
And this brother right here has elevated that woman to another level, and I couldn't have physically picked a better partner for a girl that I love and admire. So my love and my admiration for him has just gone through to another piece as well, man. But strong, I just look at it, that's just 4 strong, positive people that are going in the right direction, man. Can't wait to see where they go. Oh, bro.
Oh, come
Hey.
on. Yeah, I had to put that in. That's the. It's not even going to be focused. I'll have to put it on the screen.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Best moment I ever had on TV.
Like that's the king right there.
Best
isn't it?
moment I ever had on TV. I want to give you a quick story as to how this has happened, because I told this to my cousin. I cannot still fathom this, and to call him now a friend, like a mentor, like someone that I could not just talk about, like in terms of in the professional setting, but like as a mate and as my boy. I can't explain this to you. I'd met Thierry Henry beforehand at the NBA office briefly in passing. As an NBA influencer in this country, you meet each other every now and again. I didn't even think I introduced myself to him. I was so damn, and I'm don't nervous for nobody, yeah, but I was so nervous. I had done celebrations in my front room for this brother, like had every Henry shirt going. And the story goes like this. So while I was out in the NBA finals, we were producing the show with one of the best producers I ever worked with, Joe Clark Smith, shout him out as well. We were producing the show, we were doing a lot of live reports, we were doing Toronto, and don't mean to throw the NBA under the bus, but they had given us a lot of our interviews at the beginning of the first 3 shows that we had. So the first 4 shows that we had. And so for the 5th show, me and Joe were trying to butt heads. We're like, bro, what are we going to do? We need to get something that's going to keep, because the level had just been going higher and higher. Numbers are going higher and higher. Interactions, reactions on Insta and Twitter and whatever else, higher and higher. Was like, we need to keep this level high. I said to him, look, I'm on a flight from California to Toronto. Let me think about it. Like, something will hit us. And this is how I know God does his magic. Yeah. I was supposed to go out that night with my cameraman. We were just going to go out because we felt that Toronto was going to finish off in Game 5 because they'd done the 2 games in Oakland and won them. We're like, bring them back onto their home floor. It's going to be a 4-1. It's going to be over. Cut a long story short, Golden State actually won that game. But between then, I went out. We were supposed to go out that night, the night before. Went to STK's. We're going to have a lovely meal just to celebrate the occasion that we had. I knock on this brother's door, 7:30. He's not feeling well. He's like, I'm jet lagged, I'm tired. I'm like, Ollie, that's my old school teacher. Ollie, like, what are you saying? Like, we need to go out, we need to celebrate. He's like, nah, I'm not going. I booked a table at STK. I was like, well, I'm still going. I'm going out in Toronto. Went to STK, had an incredible meal. These wonderful bartenders, who I still think I follow on Insta and whatever else, they recommended this place that I should go to afterwards. I said to them, I want to get a couple drinks, just relax, enjoy Toronto. I didn't really get a chance to experience it because of the levels of work. They were like, yeah, go to this place. Went to this bar and got my typical drink, straight Hennessy, 2 ice cubes, posted up at the bar, you know what I mean, like a low life. Yeah. Just chilling, and I look across the bar and this person is staring at me. And I'm like, that's not Thierry Henry. And I don't want to look too tough. Anyone from London will know I don't want to look too tough. So I tried to just kind of navigate it again and look around. I was like, bro, I'm sure that's Thierry. And this person is doing this on the record. And I'm like, you talking to me? And he's like, yeah, you come. I'm like, there must be some nice gal or something behind me. You got to be talking to someone else. Like, I'm walking over, and I'm like, in my head, I'm still waiting to get to the VIP section, and the bouncer put his hand on my chest and be like, yo, bro, where you going? Thierry Henry has come to the front of his section, to the rope, and been like, Jaydee, you must be out here covering the finals, right? I used to watch all your broadcasts back home. Wicked, man. Like, come inside. I was like, oh, what the? I was like, am I living a dream right now? Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, sitting down, I'm not going to say what we talked about, we chopped it up, spoke about everything from life to the industry. He was giving me so much knowledge and guidance. And I said to him, look, Thierry, I'd love to have you on the show, man. Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't have a guest for half time. We could give you the whole 15-minute segment. We could just sit there and chop it up. He said to me, yeah, now drinks are flowing, we're sitting there, we're vibing, energy's right, Patrice Evra's there, a couple other friends. I think to myself, he's just saying, yeah, just be polite. Do you know what I mean? It's nice, he's giving me his number and whatever else, but like, he's just saying yes to be polite. Bro, he called the NBA the next day and turned around and told them to Can they come and pick him up early as one of their guests? Can they come and make sure that he does the show at half time and organise the whole thing second to none? Came in, and I'm telling you now, everybody's mouth was in awe as soon as Thierry walks in the building. I know he's a superstar, but people were queuing up to try and take pictures and whatever else. Thierry bypassed them all and came and said, on record, Jaydee, what's up, man? Let's do this thing now. And we sat there, we chopped it up. And when I say to you, one of the best moments of my life, and I know my people at home, people that's not here with us no more, all watching that right there, I had hit a certain pinnacle in my own mind. And to them, I'm trying not to look. My heartbeat. That's my favourite person in the world. That's my nan. She is the best human being I've ever met. She is the most giving and amazing woman. This woman right here put so much morals and so much self-worth and self-respect into who I am as a man that I can't put into words, and I'm actually lost for words, what she means to me. She is the heartbeat of my family, and she is just the pinnacle of greatness. That is the only way I could describe this woman right here. Now, this woman right here is a thorn in my side sometimes, but I love her to pieces. And the reason why I say a thorn in my side is because of my mum. And anyone will know that. When you talk about your mum, my mum is my biggest fan, and she's also the reason I am the person I am today, because she made a lot of decisions about my life before I even knew what my life was about, and I can never ever turn around and say thank you enough. All I can say to her is I'm so proud to be her son. I'm so proud of the woman that she is, and I love her more than words could ever explain, because she gave me life. She's tried to take it away a few times. But she is the reason I am where I am today. The things that I've seen her single-handedly go through as a black woman, and the things that I've seen her handle and come through with excellence and class, I can never complain. I can never complain. Within this person right here, I have the best parent alive.
Sick.
That's the only time you can hear me say nice about her.
Oh, wow.
I love her to pieces. The pinnacle of black excellence and black love. Mr. and Mrs. Brand. I was privileged to experience their wedding in Antigua last summer. Just incredible. Let me say what they've done. They have rejuvenated my hopes of love. Because
That deep, yeah?
Yeah, that deep. I watched the whole journey from the beginning. I watched the whole long distance. I watched the whole breakdown of becoming spiritual partners before anything else. And they've given me hope that I hope to one day find myself a partner that I can love on that level. The way that they look at each other, the way they bounce off each other, the way they compliment each other. I said it on their speech. I have no doubt I'll be at your 40th, 60th, 80th probably anniversary, because I ain't never met two people that's more designed for each other than these two. They're both great individuals, but they're even better as a pair.
Kids.
Oh, cheese and breads. This is the GOAT, the GOAT,
Easy.
the GOAT. Yeah. When I say the GOAT, I mean from black ownership, I mean black ideas, understanding our worth. Like, this brother right here, and all of us don't know, this is the great late Nipsey Hussle. People don't realize what this means to me. This brother right here rejuvenated my mind in terms of just thinking outside of the box and not putting a lid on our jars as to terms of what we can do. Anybody that knows the Crenshaw mixtape story of him valuing his own mixtape at $100, it's up to you whether or not you want to buy it. Like, the buying back the block, buying not in the communities where the real estate value is high, but going back to the places where they try to gentrify us, they try to push us out of certain communities, buying that, employing his own people from that area. In this brother right here's mind, I don't want to turn man and say something blasphemous.
All right, okay,
Yeah,
easy.
I don't want to say anything blasphemous.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But if you want to know if angels and saints are sent down to educate young people's minds,
Okay, yeah.
this brother right here is one of them. And I genuinely never met him in my life, but shed a tear when he passed, because music is one of the most important things, the most important vehicles on earth, and the messages that he had sent through his music touched me as a boy from North London, and this brother's from the other side of the world. So thank you so much, Nips, and like I say all the time, the marathon continues. Jeez, the heritage.
So Antigua and Montserrat.
Antigua and Montserrat. Both sides of who I am, both sides that combine to the person I am. Both sides I'm incredibly proud of. And I love my Antiguan side because it makes me feel alive and free and paradise. But I love my Monstration side because it has a lot of pain and determination and the diligence. And I mean that in describing both of the islands as well as both of the people. And both of those facets have come together to make who I am as a person. And I love and admire and I appreciate both of them. For those that don't know, my dad is Monstration, my mum is Antiguan. And even though the islands are next door to each other, they are very, very different. But at the same time, both equally as beautiful.
Montserrat definitely has more water, I know that.
Hello, well. Oh man, so this is probably my most recent picture that I took with the great Eni Aluko. She's just an inspiration. A lot of people make a lot of noise over Raheem Sterling, Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford for standing up for.
But she should get the first
This
credit
woman
for
right
it.
here should get so much respect for the stance she took in terms of. I listened to her and I've got her book. Actually, should have. I had it in the car. They don't teach us this, and when I mean they don't teach us this, and what she meant when she says this is they want to box us in. They want to try and paint us as something that we're not all the time. And this woman is more than just a footballer. She's a lawyer. She's an entrepreneur. She's an author. Like, she's a writer. She's a black woman, and she said it already. I'm Nigerian. I'm British. I'm everything. And they don't turn man and define me. I define myself.
Absolutely.
And she gave such a powerful speech about learning from the failures of the things that's happened in her life, but then being able to turn those into lessons and positive things going forward. And for me, one of the most inspirational people that's ever been in the sporting industry. And take that back, one of the most inspirational people that's ever walked this earth. So thank you, Eni. Absolute pleasure, I can't wait to read your book.
Is that the last one?
The last one. And something I've realised is one of the most important things, the BCom Society. For any young journalist, and I don't want to just label it as to black because it's just a black collective of media and sport, but any young journalist that's serious about making a wave in this industry, listen to what I'm saying to you now. Nothing is ever done by yourself. I ain't never done anything by myself. I have a whole bunch of people to this day that still help me. And this vehicle right here, put together by the great Leon Mann, changed my life. I met what was my boss because he left from Sky there. I met my boss at the BBC there. This organisation and this collective is so powerful, but will never get the respect it deserves. But it doesn't need it from the mainstream industry, because us, as part of the BComs, and I'm part of the BCom Society, understand the power that it holds. And Leon has done a great thing, and every year I go, it gets better and better and better. There's more topics for debate, and I love the fact that the conversation never wants to die. So thank you so much as part of the BCom Society. Thank you for everything you've done, and I will continue to propel, support, and be a part of something that is a great legacy in the sports media.